remember where or when they took me, but God, how they rode me. God, how they are still riding me. Held captive by a pair of wild horses. Said they had something to show me. Some kind of crazy notion. A dream with no ending. Said there's no cap to those you can't save, but there is always someone to save. So we have to keep going. So I've been writing for years. I'll be writing for years. I've seen the dust they kicked up make this trail of tears. And I still don't know their names, but I like to call them beauty and faith. And the saddle cuts as deep as the page. Said this is gonna hurt, child, but we got to pave the way. So I've been drugged through briar patches of love. I've been swallowed by the setting sun, and I've crawled out from nights that even cowboys couldn't rope up. I've cooed coyotes to sleep. I've wrestled devils out of sheep, and I've seen a child explode like a diamond mine into a man within a single blink. I've lost my will in a cave crater, let the shadows take over, just so I can learn my way around your cavern better. I've lifted muses. I've kissed bruises with poised prose. I've taken every single thorn that comes with each rose. I have battered and slammed my heart on the stone of offering. My people, my brothers, my sisters, God knows how the horses won't stop coming. God knows every town has one that's lost wondering. God knows every soul just needs the right words at the right moment. God knows it's a never-ending road for a poet. So it's Valentine's. So we're gonna do a love poem for you guys, and then we'll get back to the program. So for all you lovers out there, or for anybody who's missing someone, this is for y'all. So it's called My Haven. My haven is the folded valley of your shoulder blades. The warm doorway that always fits my face. When I want to hide, when I am weary from my own war, I can still hear the creek bed there in our bed, where your skin washes away everything I have carried with. You sink into me like oval rocks we drive to collect for painted memories and shared secrets. My haven is 12 a.m. Your arms, a tree hollow to hold me. My haven are these four doors of a car, where it doesn't matter which way we go because home is sitting shotgun, ready to sound off adventure, louder than any shots I fire off at myself. My haven is your love, always turning towards me, a valley always open.
Thank you, Shane Manier from the Guerrilla Poets. Oh, there we go. Oh, we get the news. WSSAL presents to you news from the Salisbury Evening Post from this day in 1933.
And now, this day, February 14th, 1933, Salisbury Evening Post. President-elect Franklin D. Roosevelt is doing a wise thing in taking his inauguration as leader of this country. The newly elected president, after working a hard campaign, details and winding up his work as governor of New York and attending to other duties. He has been busy the past few weeks in conference with leaders of this nation in planning the active programs soon after his inauguration and in choosing his cabinet. Mr. Roosevelt has stated that he will name his cabinet members on the eve of his inauguration, and thus, until that time, the general public will have to engage in the old guessing game, based as oft-times in popular opinion and general belief. Mr. Roosevelt is wise in taking time off to build up his body and to free himself from worries and cares of the office, and to store up strength, which will be of great aid in these days of his regime just ahead. He will face many difficult problems and resources as he tackles his duties ahead. The coming years will be even harder because of the many difficult problems now facing the nation and its leaders. and President-elect Roosevelt will need all the strength possible as he goes about his multitude of duties. We here at the Old Time Radio Hour certainly hope that the vacationing president will be renewed with vigor and new tonic as our new president-elect. And now for more local affairs. Mrs. Darla Miller of Long Street reported that her bedroom smelled funny. Upon questioning, she stated that it might be her husband. The proposed Rowan Memorial Hospital, modern and complete in all its design and designed to meet the needs of this entire community, is almost a reality. The Duke Foundation informed local citizens a few days ago that financial aid from that source will be given, and the news gladdens the hearts of all people of this section. Today in the police blotter, Miss Selma Hawkins reports a man came onto her porch and stole her flag. When police asked for a description, she said, "It's rectangular, red, white, and blue, and has stars on it." Police are on the lookout. If you have any information, please contact the sheriff. 20 years ago today, Friday, February 14th, 1913, a cold storage plant is being considered for Salisbury by J.W. Hines, manager of the Salisbury Ice and Fuel Company. We now turn to a mainstay of the Salisbury Evening Post to bring you Will Rogers Says. Beverly Hills, California, February the 14th. That was an impressive ceremony over at the radio yesterday, held at the House of Representatives to pay a beautiful tribute to the memory of Calvin Coolidge. The lawmakers gathered in that body can pay more homage to the president in death and deal him more misery in life than happens in any civilized nation. After the Massachusetts jurist oration of Mr. Coolidge's achievements, we listened breathlessly for a moment for fear of some senator would get up, just out of force of habit, and denounce the oration as being partisan, misleading, and made in the interest of the opposing party. And Mr. Hoover sitting all the while thinking, I have to die to get this? Yours truly, Will Rogers. Our hero for this month is K.K. Johnson, arrested this day in 1933 for violation of the Prohibition Act. Before we part tonight, a thought. It is not enough to help the feeble up, but to support him after. And that comes from Mr. William Shakespeare.
Thank you, Kent Smith, for that rousing round of news. And now it's time for the Buskers Junket, Valentine's Edition, which is brought to you by Yadkin River Mud Pies. Oh, how they taste so delicious. Has Timmy been eating the dirt out of the flower bed again, Mrs. Smith?
Oh my, yes. My tulips are doing terribly.
Well, in these tough times, nutrition can be hard to come by, which is why Generally Milled is introducing a snack for all the kids that is not only tasty, but chock full of the nutrition that little Timmy is craving.
Oh, wonderful. Whatever could it be?
Introducing Generally Milled Yadkin River Mud Pies, locally sourced from the banks of our own Yadkin River. Yadkin River Mud Pies have a wide spectrum of nutrients, including ancient grains, iodine, and mercury to put that spring back into Timmy's little step. And he's sure to love it. We already know he's not above eating dirt.
And I'm not above buying it to give my prized tulips back.
Yadkin River Mud Pies. Pick some up at Kettner's Supermarket. We sell to sell again. The sky was a sheet from a flophouse bunk, gray and wrinkled, with little snow clouds. Winter was here with a vengeance. The slightest breeze would rustle my hair, freezing it, and dancing through my thin wool coat like it wasn't even there, stunning me like the baton of a railway bull. I wanted to play. I wanted to make a little bit of change. I just wanted to find some solace in a hot cup of joe and maybe have some friendly conversation in the warmth of Emma's Cafe. The sky, though, again, was cruel like a railroad bull. It had chased away anyone who might have listened to me play out on the streets or... So anytime that you're tired of eating air, I got something for you, my friend, and it is really clear. I said those Yadkin River mud pies, they're made with ancient grain, and they only cost a penny or two, and they are good for your brains. I swear they are, people, I'll tell you what. All right, saxophone, give me a little bit of something. So anytime that you need a little bit of heat, they're nutritious, my friend, I swear to you they are. I said the Yadkin River mud pies, oh, they taste so sweet. And since they cost a penny, well, you'll have plenty to eat. Give me another one, Blazing Blues, Bob. So anytime that my band is feeling ill, you know what I do, man? I break them out of my sick pouch and them Yadkin River mud pies. They'll fill them up, I guarantee. I said the Carolina mud band, I said they like them, don't you see? Carolina Mud Band right there. Thank you, Blazing Blues Bob, for sitting in with us.